Alright, Chaos Besties. Today is Valentine's Day, so we are doing some filet mignon with smashed baby potatoes, some glazed carrots, and then a Caesar salad and some rolls. So I'm just gonna get ready to season my steak. So I also am doing New York strip too. I have 2 strips and I got some 6-ounce fillets. So I'm just gonna lightly season these and let them sit and get to room temperature, and then I'll start preparing my potatoes and things like that as well. So I'm gonna take these out and then I'll show you what seasonings, once they're on the platter, that I use. I normally have my steak seasoning that I make, that I use, but I'm out of it, so I have to remake it. So I'll just tell you what seasonings I'm gonna use. All right, so I have my meat out. Cheers, happy Valentine's Day. So, I got my meats out. These are my filet mignon, and then my 2 New York strips, because we love steak so much. So, whatever I have left over, I am like, my hyperfixation is steak and eggs, so that's what I'll use for whatever we have left over. And yes, my kids are gonna get filet as well. The New York strip is just extra, but we all have a filet. All right, so for the seasonings, now for my steak seasoning, I add garlic, smoked paprika, of course, onion powder, cumin, and then I usually add some brown sugar. That's my dry rub that I use for my steaks. This is filet, so you don't want to heavily season it. You want the flavor of the steak to come through. So I'm going to do just a very little bit of seasoning on each side of these, to be honest with you. I'm not going to overly season these, because I'm also going to be basting my steak with rosemary and thyme butter as well as I'm cooking it. So I'm not going to over season here. As much as I say season your fucking food, just lightly season the steaks. Don't over season. And then I'll just show you guys the potatoes. So I'm just gonna season these on each side, and then I'll show you guys how I season the potatoes for my smashed baby potatoes. Okay, so steaks are nicely seasoned. They're gonna sit till they get to room temperature. Well, those are going. I'm going to get my potatoes done. So I'm just gonna toss these. I was about to say I'm doing crab legs too, because the girl wants crab legs. So here's my bag of baby potatoes. I'm going to take some oil. We're not measuring, we're manifesting. Some minced garlic. There we go, minced garlic. And then, let's see. I'm gonna use a little bit of rosemary. It's like a sprig or so. Into here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get these seasoned, tossed, roast them at 400 for a couple minutes. Once they are fairly roasted, I'm going to smash them with the glass. And that's how I do my smash. And then into this goes my thyme, because we got thyme today. All right, I'm gonna just toss these up, get these on a sheet once they're all coated. Put them in the oven for 400 degrees for about 10 minutes, smash them, let them cook for another, reseason them, and let them cook for about another 10 minutes after that, and they'll be nice and good. Okay, steak's resting. Potatoes are in the oven. I just sliced up some carrots. Not sliced, I mean like, did like carrot sticks. I'm gonna do my glazed carrots, because these take a little bit, so to really caramelize. So I'm gonna put my heat on medium heat. I'm gonna throw into this half stick butter, about some honey, I'm not measuring, manifesting, so maybe about a 1/4 cup. My glazed carrots, and then I'm gonna do some brown sugar. A little bit of brown sugar in here. And you can use light or dark. About 2 tablespoons, maybe 3. I'm just guesstimating here, guys. Salt. All right, I'm gonna let this melt down, all of this. I'm gonna give it a quick toss and the honey coat everything. Let that butter melt down. Give it a stir, and we're just gonna let this cook. About medium heat, and then once it's got like a good, almost not really a boil because you're not really liquid in there. Once it starts really cooking, I'll turn it down and just let it cook on low to kind of caramelize. And then this I'm going to be doing, I'm warming up my crab in some butter and some seasonings and stuff, which I'll show you guys that after. And the potatoes are just about done. So, okay, so we have the carrots that are glazing up nice. I am now making my butter for my crab legs. So I'm going to melt down a whole stick of butter in here. To this, I'm going to add some minced garlic. A good amount, because it's going to be my sauce for my crab legs. I'm going to cook the crab legs in here, and then I'm also going to toss my stuff in it. To this, I'm adding some of the Cajun fire. Thanks, Rob, for putting me onto this. So a little bit of this into my butter. Slap yo mama. That's the rest I'm out. You know, I love my Kinder, so I'm going to do lemon, butter, garlic seasoning in here. Not measuring, I'm just manifesting. Quite literally. Salt. There we go. And then, I'm going to give this a good mix. Smoked paprika. Let me grab my smoked paprika because I need some more of that. Smoked paprika. And then I think I'm going to add a little bit more of this Cajun fire. There we go. All right. So this is what I'm going to put my crab legs down into. Let them cook up a little bit. And then after, I'm going to reserve the sauce, and it's going to be what I'm going to dip my crab legs into as well. So I'm going to get the crab legs ready and done. I'll show you guys what everything looks like when that is done. But we're about almost ready to eat. I'm going to smash my potatoes really quick, and then we'll be good to go. It's fucking Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day. Cooking a whole dinner.
Witness the cradle cause I got it in the bag. I ain't that too long, but her booty's in my lap. Christmas how she wants me to hit it from the back. She go go in a circle in a Santa Claus hat.
I like. Fucking can't. Fucking can't. Okay, crab is sitting in the nice butter. Not sure if you guys can hear me because we have the music blaring. So I apologize if you can't. I have my mic on though. So I have the butter sitting in there. Now I'm going to get my pan. My pan is hot. I'm going to start searing my steaks. And I'm probably going to do, might be able to do all 4 of the filet at once. I'm going to try. See, because you don't want to overcrowd your pan. Plus, I'm going to be basting it. So do not use a fork to pick up your fucking steak. Do not stick a fork in your steak. The juices will run out. You will have dry steak. Don't do that. Okay? Just don't. Don't do it. So you want to make sure your pan's nice and hot because you want to sear these. So okay, starting with my fillets. I'm going to do 3. Don't touch it once it's in the pan. Not for right this second. We're going to let it sear. Get a nice crust on this side, and then we're going to flip it over, okay? So let that sear. My pan's nice and hot, so we're going to let that sear. I throw a little bit of oil in the pan. I'm going to be basting these in butter and herbs, but throw a little bit of oil down in the pan. Get a nice crust on these. They're nice and rested. You want your steaks to get to room temperature. Just makes for a little bit more tender steak. So definitely want to do that. I'm going to get a sear on each of these sides. I'll show you what it looks like after I flip it over, obviously. And then I'm going to throw, once they get a sear on each side of them, I'm going to throw in my butter and my herbs. Okay, we got one side seared on our steaks. You can see the nice golden crust. I'm going to add some salt to the top of this. Some sea salt, just a little bit. This is sea salt, so a little bit of sea salt on the top of that. I'm going to let the bottom sear, and then I'm going to sear the sides of my steak because the fillets are thick. So you want to sear the sides, and then I'm going to throw in my butter and herbs for these 3 fillets, and then I'm just going to baste it until it's at the temp that I like. Most of us in the house like it medium rare. For Javion, I'll probably do his more medium. But yeah, ours is gonna be like rare, medium rare. If you eat your shit well done, I don't understand. I can't fathom that. You might as well just be eating shoe leather. I don't fucking know, because well done is just, it's not for me. But quick story time. I hated steak. Hated it. Well, come to find out, the reason why I hated it is because I didn't have a very expensive cut. I grew up very, poor, I guess you would say. Yeah, I guess you could say poor. So, like, cube steak was my steak. I didn't have good steak, really. So, once I did, it was a game changer. Now I'm obsessed, and I will eat steak 7 days a week if you let me. My poor husband. But yeah, steak is like my obsession. I love steak. Yeah, that was just a little fun story time with Marianne real quick. But yeah, so, and I used to eat it well done. I couldn't do, when I first started eating steak, I couldn't have it with blood and stuff. It grossed me out. Now, I don't know, the tenderness, the juiciness of having it like medium rare, even medium, is fantastic. But I can't do well done. I just feel like it takes away from the flavor of the steak and the taste. If you eat yours well done, all the power to you. It's just not for fucking me. All right, I'm going to finish searing these bad boys up. I'll show you what it looks like when I start basting them. My crab legs are in that butter. Yum, yum. Can't wait for that. Okay, so my steaks are seared on all sides. Now dropping about a half a stick of butter into the pan. I'm gonna let this melt down, and then I took my thyme, my rosemary, and I just put some kitchen twine and tied it together. That bundle's gonna go in the pan. Once this butter melts down, I'm gonna throw that in the pan with also a little bit of minced garlic. Right here. With some minced garlic. Remember, minced garlic goes in towards the end because it will burn. So I'm not going to do the minced garlic even right away when I do the butter and the herbs. I'm going to do it towards the end of the basting of the steak so that way it doesn't burn. Alright, so I'm just melting down this butter. I'm going to move my steak all to like the one area. All right, butter's getting down nice and melted. I'm going to throw in my herb here and toss this in the butter. Want a good amount of butter in there because you're going to be doing it over the steaks. All right, so should look like this. You should have your herbs down there with the butter. And then you're just going to keep your pan tilted and you're just going to go over, and I'm going to put the heat up a little bit now on this, and you're just going to keep doing this. Let the pan put it down, let the pan get a little bit hot, and baste some more. See? You're going to hear it sizzle. And then another base. Again, you're just going to keep doing this, rotating until the cook is, the temperature of the steak is what you want it to be. And then you'll take it off. Let your steak fucking rest. Let it fucking rest. Do not cut into that bitch. 5 minutes minimum. let your steak fucking rest. Other than that, you have dry fucking steak. Okay? So let it rest. Let it rest. I will see you guys back when. Okay, I just wanted to show you guys really quick. This is what they're looking like. Getting nice and golden and brown. Now I'm going to add in my garlic here. And then, shit. I forgot what the fuck I was going to say. I'm going to add in my garlic. There was something I wanted to freaking tell you guys. Hence me coming on. And I don't remember what the fuck it was. Because, you know, this is me. Alright, garlic's going in. You can really smell the herbs. So basically what you're doing here by basting this is not only keeping the juices locked in, but you're cooking the steak with that hot butter. Now I got the garlic going in there. So we're going to keep doing this. These will be done in just a few moments. And then I will plate everything up later and show you guys. I just got to cook the steak. That's really it. Everything else is done. I might make my Texas Roadhouse butter too. Not sure, but we'll see. Okay, guys, so my steaks are searing. These potatoes have been cooking. Now I just wanted to show you how I smash them kind of a little bit. So just take something and I just push down on these bad boys. Ooh! I'm always throwing something. Sorry, my pan's hot. This one's not working. So I just smashed these down. And then they're going to go back. I'm going to re-season them. Yeah, I threw one off the board. It's fine. It's fine. Cooking with chaos. Even though I tried not to do that today because it's, you know, Valentine's Day. But anyway, there's that. There we go. So these are all smashed. So now I'm going to sprinkle them with some sea salt. We're going to drizzle them with some more olive oil. And then I'm going to hit them with some more thyme and rosemary. And then put them back in the oven for a couple minutes. And then they will be good to go. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Okay, dinner is done. We got my filet. I topped with some crispy onions, crab legs, Caesar salad, my glazed carrots, and some potatoes in a roll. I will not be taste testing this on camera right away. I might afterwards, but I want to sit down and eat dinner with my husband and my kids. So this is what everything looks like on the plate. I'm excited. Can't wait to dig in. So I know I said I wasn't going to taste test the first taste test, but I wanted to show you guys. So that's the filet, cooked beautifully. And then we have the crab.
Crab's delicious, by the way.
You heard it. Crab's delicious.
By the way.
By the way. So, okay. Right out. Oh, well. Butter. It's still good. Everything came out great. Wanted to hop on, say I appreciate you guys, and cheers. Got my Moscato. Happy Valentine's Day. Hope you guys had a great Valentine's Day and a great dinner. And have a great night.